you thought about starting your own business, but you're not exactly sure what business to start. So let's talk about what type of food business you should start. I decided to start a dehydrated food business. Now, the reason I decided to start that business was because I saw a machine, a dehydration machine, and I thought, man, that's pretty simple. That's something that I could do. I could do it easily. Plus, I was also trying to figure out how to have like healthy snacks. So for me, that business was a no-brainer. But for you, it may be a little bit different. So let's talk about it for a minute. If you are thinking about going in the cottage food industry, there are some things you must know. Now, here in Georgia, they just relaxed the rules, the regulations about cottage food, starting a cottage food business. You have to get certified through Safe Serve. So you have to have your food handler's license, which is that's a must. You have to be able to if you're going to do dehydrated foods and you want to be able to make sure that whatever food you decide to do, there's like not a lot of water. And I give you a prime example. I love mushrooms. And so in my mind, I thought about making mushroom jerky at first, right? I was like, I like mushrooms. Mushrooms are good for you. I'm going to make mushroom jerky. Well, under cottage foods laws, that would be a no because mushrooms have a lot of water. I also thought about could I dehydrate tofu, right? Because I'm on this whole healthy eating kind of thing. And I did some research into that. Again, that was a no because the water content was too high for what I was trying to do. So I'm trying to do a food that is dehydrated, and to try to dehydrate like tofu, it wouldn't work. And so under the cottage food law, there are certain foods that you cannot serve. Like you can't serve like raw meat. You can't serve certain types of beans. Fruits are good if you want to do those. That's a good one. Certain type of vegetables. I am thinking about doing kale chips because I like kale. So I'm thinking about doing kale chips. Cupcakes are good. Cookies are good. Pies are good. Things like that fall up under the cottage food laws, and they're pretty much okay. What I like about what Georgia did recently, what has got me so excited, what really made me get excited about this whole industry was that it relaxed the rules. When I first looked at this business for my husband about 6 years ago, the only way you could sell your food product was you have to go to like a farmer's market or you had to go to like a street festival. You had to sell it direct to the customer. Fast forward to last year, July 2025, Georgia relaxed their rules, and now you can actually sell to stores and establishment. Now, that being said, I got excited because I thought, well, I can sell to Kroger or I can sell to Publix or Sprouts or Whole Foods. And no, I cannot. Not with just a cottage food license. I cannot sell to chain stores, big grocery stores, big box stores, because that is a commercial business. That's not a cottage food business. However, I can sell to restaurants and smaller stores and like independently operated stores. So in your state, you may want to do a little research and see where you can sell your product at. Now, you want to make sure that you got good product fit. Like for me, when I started to think about, oh my God, I'm gonna make these healthy snacks, the first thing popped in my mind was Whole Food and Sprouts. And Kroger had a vendor program. So I'm thinking, yes, I could go and I could sell my stuff in those stores because it is a healthy snack. But I can't sell it in those stores under the cottage food laws because it is a big store. It's not one of the stores that fit up on the cottage food laws. I have to sell to smaller mom and pop stores or small independent grocery stores or cafes or coffee shops. Now, mind you, where I live, there are a lot of them. So I have no what's the word I'm looking for? No doubt that I will be able to get some contracts with these different kind of stores because they're not making what I make. I could sell to gyms, which I thought that was really cool because I have a healthy snack. I can sell to gyms. I can sell to fitness studios. I want to get inside the hospitals, but I'm sure I need a commercial license for that because one, I probably need like $1 million worth of liability insurance. I probably need a commercial license because that is a big establishment. Now, I'm not sure, but I believe I do. My dream is to get inside Hartsfield Jackson Airport. Oh my God. If I can get inside of Hartsfield Jackson Airport, yes, that would be the thing. However, that is a big establishment, and I would definitely need a commercial food license as well as liability insurance. So that I know for sure. So, and not only that, you want to make sure that your product fits like the people that you want to partner with. I thought about some different types of restaurants. My product wouldn't fit all types of restaurants because if they serve like, if they don't serve like snack foods or things like that, or if they serve just pastries, it may fit in a coffee shop to serve pastries for that person looking for a healthier option. It may fit there, but it might not because that may damage that company's brand. because if they're selling pastries and I come in, I'm bringing like healthy fruit snacks, that may take away from their brand. And then on the flip side, it can help the brand out. So you want to make sure that it's a good fit for you and the partner. You also want to make sure that your business is registered properly, like you have everything in order. I already have an LLC, so I wasn't looking to start another LLC. So what I did was do a DBA under my original LLC. So this way I didn't have to go out and do another business, another bank loan, all of these different things. I could just run it under my LLC doing a DBA, which stands for doing business as. So think about that. If you know that you want to protect yourself, get the insurance. Like I would tell anybody if you're going to be giving people food because you don't know if people are going to have allergic reactions to certain things. So even though you may say, in your labeling have to be labeled a certain way for people to know that you are a cottage food business, you did this at home, it's not FDA regulated. That's on your package and that's required. However, people may still eat something because they want to, and something happens to them, then they come back and sue you. So you want to make sure that your business is structured properly. You want to make sure that you have the proper insurances in place to protect yourself and your business. All of these things are very necessary. You don't want to go out there selling stuff and you're not properly prepared for what's happening. If something should happen, God forbid something should happen, but you want to make sure that you're prepared for all of that stuff. So think about the type of business you want to start. What type of food products? See, I know for me, cupcakes, even though I think they are so pretty, I just know standing in the kitchen all day baking cupcakes was a no for me. With my food dehydration business, I'm gonna put it in the dehydrator. It's gonna dehydrate for about 12 to 14 hours, and then I'll come back and check it. That's a business for me. So I had to, but you got to know yourself, right? So I know that that will work for me because I'm busy doing other things. So once I put the stuff inside of the dehydrator, I can leave it for 12 to 14 hours and then I can come back and check it. And then I can do my packaging. So I got my whole schedule laid out. I'm gonna do a screen share probably in the next video so you can see like my blueprint for what I plan on doing. I believe, y'all, I do believe that I can take this company and turn it into $1 million brand. I really believe that. And the reason I believe that is because I think this is the first time I've ever started a business where the path just seems really clear. Like everything just seems so clear to me. And I'm wondering, I had to even ask myself, why is that? Why does it seem so clear? Because I've been running my Good Morning Gwinnett business for 8 years. And it has been a stressful business because it's podcasting, it's a news site, it's the two things together. And you would think that, it was straight and narrow about, okay, well, you're gonna do the news, you're gonna get advertisers and sponsors. That has not been easy for me. And I have been stressing about it for 8 years, but I didn't quit, but I was stressing. And so when I look at this business, it just seems so clear to me. Like I've laid out the marketing plan, I've laid out potential partnerships. And here's the thing, and I'm wondering if it's clear, if it's that clear to me because it's just really localized. Like I don't have to think about shipping over the state line because that's another cottage food regulation. You cannot ship outside of your state. Like you can only ship inside the state in which you live. So if somebody try to come to my website, there's only one option to purchase, Georgia. And then it asks you other state, and if you click other state, you can't order. So, and I did that intentionally because I didn't want people to order. So I ordered and I want my stuff. Nope, nope. It says Georgia. Now, somebody from Georgia can buy it for you and then they can ship it, but I can't ship it over state lines under the cottage laws. So you want to make sure that you understand the rules and regulation and the laws because you don't want to be liable for breaking the laws and messing up what could be a prosperous business. I believe that Betterish is going to be a really good business. I believe that it could become $1 million business. And I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm going to keep coming back. I'm going to keep telling you what I'm doing, how the journey is going, what's happening, what's doing good, what's not doing good, what I've learned, what I wish I had known, things like that. And that's important, right? Because over the last 29 years, I have learned a lot. I have seen a lot. I have helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people launch businesses and write books. I've done a lot, but I don't know everything. And when it comes to an industry that I've never been in, I have to learn right along with everybody else. And I'm not ashamed to say I don't know everything because I don't know everything. I don't know anybody that does know everything. There are some people that think they know everything, but most people don't know everything. So I'll be sharing with you what I'm learning. I'll be sharing with you what I'm doing. All the links to what I'm doing right now on my website is inside of the description, so check it out. And listen, do me a favor, comment on the video, like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. I will be coming back with another video. In the next video, I'm going to share my blueprint, my marketing blueprint, what I'm going to be doing, how I'm doing it. I'm also going to do a demonstration of my cottage food operating system. I created it for myself, but once I created it, I realized other people could use it too. So it became a web app for people to purchase and use for their business as well. So I'm going to demo that on another day, and I'm going to show you my blueprint, my marketing blueprint. So hope this was helpful. Hope I wasn't rambling again all over the place. Hope you got something out of it. Leave me a comment. Listen, I'm new to the cottage food business, but I've been an entrepreneur for 29 years. So even though I may not have all the questions about this, I do know a lot about a lot. So if you got a question for me about your business, about what to start, what's happening, what's going on, what you need help with, drop me a comment, and I'll be happy to talk to you and answer your questions. All right. I'll be back again on another episode of so the show is called Kitchen Cash. I haven't done my intros, and this is not like me, y'all. I'm normally like, I got intros and music playing, but I was like, you know what? I need to just jump on here and do these videos because I'm excited. So, but the show is called Kitchen Cash, and in the next couple of episodes, I'll probably have all the branding for Kitchen Cash. But anyway, check out Kitchen Cash. Go to Kitchen Cash, kitchencash.biz. All the links to everything I do is there as well. All right, I'll be back again in another episode. You guys stay safe out there, and do me a favor, subscribe, share, and like to the show. Until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.